Good day everyone, my name is Subhashini. Today our group will be presenting about linguistics and its importance in learning English. Linguistics is basically the study of language and how it works. It helps us to understand things like sounds, words, sentence, structure, meaning and how we use language in real life. In this presentation, we will cover areas like phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, and social linguistics. All these are important for us as future teachers because they help us teach better and help students understand English more clearly and confidently.
Hi everyone, my name is Prita and I will be presenting my part which is phonology and morphology. First, phonology focuses on how sounds are organized and used in a language. It is not only about pronunciation but also about stress, intonation, which are important for clear communication. For example, many Malaysian students find it difficult to pronounce the TH sound in words like think and this. They may say think or this instead. I have personally noticed this among my friends as well. Besides that, stress in a sentence can also change meaning. So, it is important for students to learn how to use it correctly. As a future English teacher, understanding phonology helps me guide students to improve their pronunciation and speak more clearly and confidently. Next, we move to morphology. This focuses on how words are formed using smaller parts called morphemes such as prefix, suffix, and root words. This is very helpful in teaching vocabulary because students do not need to memorize everything. Instead, they can break words into parts to understand their meanings. For example, the word unhappy consists of un, which means not, and not happy. Another example is teacher, which come from teach plus er, meaning a person who teaches. From my experience, this method makes it easier to remember words and vocabulary. Therefore, morphology helps students become more confident and independent learners. Thank you.
All right. For my part, I'm focusing on syntax and semantics. I'm Estika Ahisuni Lachiminen. My MC number is 24052757. I'm focusing on syntax and semantics and why they are important. For me, as a future English teacher, syntax is basically about how we arrange words to form sentence. It's like a structure of a sentence. For example, in English, we usually for subject, verb, and object. So instead of saying something like, she very likes music, the correct structure would be, she really likes music. So with the knowledge of syntax, I can help students understand not just what is wrong, but why it is wrong. I think it's really important because a lot of students make mistakes due to influence from their first language, such as Malay, Tamil, Mandarin, Chinese. They have a lot of their ethnic language, like Hakka, Hokkien, like that, and some Kadas and Dusun, Iban. They also have their first language, their mother language, like Punjabi. Their mother language is Hindi. So as a teacher, I can use syntax to guide them step by step, especially when they are learning how to write or speak in full of sentence. It also helps me teach more complex sentence later on, like combining ideas using and, because, or although. Then I'm moving on to semantics. This also about even if a sentence is grammatically correct, it doesn't always mean it and make sense. For example, a students might understand every word in sentence, but they still do not get overall meaning. So, in this case, semantics helps me to teach vocabulary better too. Some words have more than one meaning. For example, I would say like bank, which can mean a place to keep money or a site of a river. They also mean bank. So I can help students understand meaning based on the context, not just memorization. And also, semantics is more important for things like idioms or expression. For example, if I say it's raining cats and dog, student might get confused if they take it just literally. So I need to explain the real meaning behind it. So for me, syntax and semantics really go together. Syntax helps students form correct sentence and semantics help them understand and use the right meaning with the right meaning. If students only know without the other communication can still break down. So as a future English teacher, I think it's important for me to focus on both so my student can communicate clearly, confidently, and also correctly. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, my name is Jamna. Today I will be presenting my part on pragmatics and sociolinguistic. First, let's look at pragmatics. Pragmatics is the study of meaning based on context. It's focus on the speaker's intention and how the listener interpret the message. This means the meaning of the sentence depend on the situation, not just the word. For example, the sentence is, can you open the window? It's not really asking about ability, but it is a polite request. Without understanding pragmatics, students might misunderstand and give the wrong response. As a future teacher, I believe it is important to help students understand meaning in content so they can communicate more effectively. Next is sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is the study of language in social group. Language can change based on age, culture, region, and social background. In Malaysia, students often use code switching, which means mixing English and Malay in daily communication. As a teacher, we should understand this and accept student background while guiding them to use proper standard English in formal situation. Overall, both pragmatics and sociolinguistics help students go behind grammar and use English apprehension in real life communication. Thank you.
So, to conclude, linguistics helps us understand language in a deeper and clearer way. All the areas we discussed play an important role in improving how we communicate and use English. As future teachers, this knowledge helps us explain lessons better and support students in their learning. It also helps students not just learn English but use it confidently in real life situations. Overall, linguistics makes teaching and learning more effective and meaningful. And that is all from me. Thank you.